Hi, this is H of the Stage. I'm a vocal coach and a musician, and thanks for stopping by. Maybe you watched my reaction to Dimash's Stranger, which I found absolutely amazing. The song it's a masterpiece. If you haven't checked out my reaction to Stranger, go and check it out. I even sang a couple of parts. I really love that song. And I really became a deer doing these reactions. I mean, I'm a hardcore Dimash fan by now. I hope that's pretty obvious. I'm also incredibly grateful to each and every one of you for watching my videos, sharing. That means the world to me. So much that I've actually postponed it a bit, my reaction for Fly Away. I've recorded it already, but because of your comments that you really want me to check out Ave Maria, I recorded this one as soon as I could, and I'm gonna post it as soon as I can as well. I really do hope you will enjoy this analysis and reaction video, and go subscribe to Dimash, because if it weren't for him, we wouldn't have such amazing songs to talk about. And if you happen to enjoy this video, remember to share it around, comment, like, and maybe consider supporting me through Patreon, because it's the people of Patreon that really make this channel possible and make uploading these videos weekly possible. So thank for everybody that supports me on Patreon. That's just oof. I love you. Now, the only thing that I know about the song are the things that my Patreon supporters told me, and they told me that this is not the Ave Maria song that are used to hearing. It's not a classic song by Franz Schubert, neither is it any of those classical versions, not even Caccini, who also has a very famous version of Ave Maria. There are a lot of classical composers, and not just classical, contemporary composers that compose music for these words. Because this is a Christian prayer about Virgin Mary, the mother of Jesus, and it's in Latin, but when translated, it basically means Hail Mary, so you probably heard about that. The only thing that surprises me a little bit is that Dimash is not Christian as far as I know. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love him as an artist, as a singer. Whatever he chooses to believe, that's his personal stuff. He doesn't have to believe in anything. I mean, if he prays to Thor, I don't know, that's okay by me. Stupid. Now, all that being said, you have to admit that it is at least a bit strange. But if it's not the song about Virgin Mary, I'm not sure what it is about, because it is called Ave Maria, and that's usually what the song is about. But I'm speculating too much without listening to the song. Let me listen to the song and we'll check it out. Maybe it's just a wonderful song. Maybe he's saying greetings to some other Mary. I don't know. Anyway, let's find out together. Meditative percussive instruments. Kind of resembles nature, these sounds. I mean, the dude is singing just and I'm completely in love with the song already. He's singing a vocalized. That's when you take a vowel and just sing a melody using that vowel, and it sounds beautiful. Man, simple, beautiful. Simply beautiful, not simple. I love the vibrato there. And the breath. Great. Amazing. But it does sound classical. It sounds like something, well, maybe Caccini would write. Or even Schubert. Definitely influenced by that. Okay, the harmony is not very classical, at least that one chord. Great. Okay, so I was wondering if this song had lyrics. That's the thing that I've talked about before I started the video. So far, it's just the vocalize, which maybe is easier to comprehend why the title Ave Maria. Because I don't know, maybe he will sing something about, from the Christian text, the usual Ave Maria text. Maybe not. Maybe he just took that because it sounds like something a classical composer would write for those words. And I don't know. Dimash doesn't seem to me like a dude that does something without thinking about it. I don't think that it's a coincidence to choose such a title, but at the same time, I don't know, maybe he wanted to light up a spark and maybe start a bit of controversy because it's a nice thing to talk about and people share those kind of news everywhere. Still a lot more songs to cover, so let's listen first. I love that high note. Classical, soprano-y, very clean. So basically a countertenor kind of sound. It's repeating, but they're just adding new instruments like the drums kicked in. But it's great. I mean, whew. I mean, I don't even want to say where I've gotten goosebumps. My whole body is like, whew. Just, it's very hard to find words to describe Dimash because I guess I just have to stop saying anything about him. I don't know what to say anything. You already pretty much know what I think about him. If you don't know by now, check out my reactions to Dimash and you will understand what I'm saying. But this song actually so far is one of the more simpler Dimash songs. The thing that people probably enjoy the most about the song is that he's singing in a register that's usually not available for men, let's say. He's singing in a register that sounds, well, like a mezzo-soprano, maybe even a soprano, but when a male singer is singing in this kind of register, this is usually referred as a countertenor. So that's basically when a man, so not a kid, but a man can use his head voice so efficiently that he can produce female kind of notes. And Dimash does it so wonderfully. I've actually had a singing colleague at a music university who was a countertenor, and those voices are so rare and they are in demand for everybody who wants to do this kind of music. They are very much in demand, and when somebody is as perfect as Dimash, I mean, he could just sing in this register and he would never have to be hungry. He would have offers and opportunities just lining up everywhere. But then imagine if that voice is in such a demand. Imagine his range and everything that he does. That has to be like even more in demand because nobody can do it like Dimash. Let's be real. Whew. Incredible, incredible. So this is a vocalize. I've definitely expected text. I've expected, lyrics from this song, but this is a vocalize, and this seems like a incredible thing to put in the middle of the concert. He could maybe start a concert with some energetic songs, then he could break it up with a couple of ballads. In my opinion, this vocalize would be the perfect transitional piece to pick up the tempo afterwards, So it's magical, it's really interesting, and it's all in the head voice, which is beautiful, and Dimash is just owning it so much. Let me just listen to the rest, just in case he's gonna sing something more. But no. That's just me being greedy and just wanting to listen to more Dimash. And since I'm being like that, let's listen to this one more time. I want to check out a couple of things. So you have this synth pad. They're just holding one bass note. Then you have this, how to say, well, relaxing, some kind of percussive instruments. It kind of reminds me of those. It kind of reminds me of those Japanese traps that you see in movies, like when somebody is walking at your backyard and he trips over those. I don't even know how they call it. It's a string that has a lot of those stuff that if you trip over it, it makes this kind of sound. So it's definitely a traditional instrument, but I don't think it's a Kazakhstan instrument. And it does a perfect job of painting the nature and the mood. I can imagine Dimash singing this in a forest, for example. Look at that concentrated face, like. So he's just singing Aaaaa. The piano kicks in. And also, the piano kicks in and also some kind of a string pad that actually kind of does the same thing a choir would do. Now, I might be wrong. Maybe a choir is singing some kind of harmonies to fill up the space, but I actually think that's a synth part. I know that the choir is gonna kick in later, but so far I'm not sure if that's a synth pad because it sounds spatial, but in a bit of a different way. Don't mind me, I'm just trying this. Not really working, but... Man, he does it so softly. And this breathy descending line. How the hell does he do it? Oof. It's like he's talking to heaven. And the choir really makes this song move even further. Did you notice this is the only place I think where they add this kind of minor chord and they kind of break the continuity because all of this is kind of very uplifting and angel kind, but then one dark chord that's like it's saying even in the best person in the world there's always a bit of darkness, you know, nobody's perfect. And even though Dimash is singing pretty darn perfect, that one chord really gives this song another dimension. So listen, it only happens in that one spot here. Why there? Very interesting. All the rest of it is kind of, you know, triumphant a bit. Like riding to heaven. It's beautiful. I mean, it's so hard to listen to because it's so amazing, and I really don't know what to say about this one. Actually, I can't think of too many things to point out in this song because it's all in the head voice and it's not beautifully blended. Beside the vibrato and that breathy descending line that he does, there's not much to it technically, except it's a very beautiful melody and Dimash is just controlling it so well. You know, his breath support is so well. One thing that I should mention is his open mouth. It's really open and it gives it this kind of O shape, and he's not moving it much at all, because when you finally place your head voice in a perfect position, because he's singing all legato, which means connecting the notes in between, so you're not singing them one by one, you're actually singing one phrase, just fluidly transitioning from one to another. You can do that with this mouth position. If he was singing one note at a time, he would have to move his jaw a bit more. So that's one interesting thing that I have to point out. Just watch it for a second and you will understand. Just slightly open when he goes to the highest note. But for most of the time, you know, it's in a fixed position. Right? So all the things that are happening in this song are coming from here, from the breath support. But he just shows the mastery of his breath support, you know? Oh yeah, there's this one thing that I want to talk about, this part. How he holds it, and the dynamic work, crescendo, and then decrescendo and a crescendo again. Beautiful. Beautiful mastery. So this is the best song, I think, to introduce somebody to Dimash, because some people might be overwhelmed if you show them SOS. Some people don't like that much vocal acrobatics at first, but if you show them this song, I can guarantee that 9 out of 10 people would really enjoy it, because it's kind of easier to digest, it's very relaxing, and he's basically using this one register, and it's not overwhelming for the first time listen. And what can I say? I was completely wrong about the lyrics. I guess why he called this song or vocalized Ave Maria is because it does resemble a bit of Schubert's work, you know, and Caccini's as well. But beside that, it's not a biblical text or anything like that. He could have called the song, I don't know. He could have just called the song Ave, or I don't know. He could have even called the song Aria, even though it's not even an aria, but it's classical and it's kind of, you know, it is kind of in that world, so that could work as well. And those are some of my impressions. I really enjoyed the song, and I think I'm gonna listen to it before I fall asleep, because it's really relaxing and I really love the melody. It's wonderful hearing Dimash do something like this from time to time. It's not over the top, it's just the right amount, and it's perfect. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, like it, share with your friends, consider subscribing and hit that bell to get notified about my next videos. If you enjoyed these videos, consider becoming a part of my Patreon page, because that way you can see them before anybody else, and you also get entitled to some awesome perks, like getting to see full-length reactions. For example, I've reacted to the full 2017 singer competition where Dimash competed. I've also reacted to Dimash D Dynasty concert, which is just incredible, and just a bunch of other things as well. Check it out if that sounds interesting to you. And what can I say? Thanks for watching, you look wonderful, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye.